That's a steep climb, but we're gonna have a lot more climbing to do today. You ready for this, Adrian?
One moment, I have to swap the SD cards and we can go.
Good, because we'll be climbing from 320 meters above sea level to 620 in the next, I think, 3 or 4 kilometers. First of all, good morning, comrades. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back onto the Nordschleife. We will be doing our yearly track walk. We did already half the track so far. Last week. Today is another day that we'll be filming it, because you can walk it in one day, but with the speed that we're doing, with stopping, shooting some b-rolls, launching the drone for you guys, it takes us roughly 5 hours, and then additional today probably 6 and 7, because with the climbing and a bit longer stretch. But many people have asked what is the record for the doing Nordschleife lap on foot. Well, you can do a guesstimation. The lap is 22 kilometers. The average walking speed is 4 kilometers per hour, unless you're doing running. Running you can probably do within like slightly above 2 hours, I think. But I don't know, maybe someone can tell us in the comments. Anyway, if you want to walk the track officially, check out the link in the video description. Hopefully by the time this video gets released, it will be available already, where you can officially walk together with Nürburgring with the guide on the track. But today we are starting here at Breitscheid and gonna be climbing towards, I don't know, well, till the end of the track, of course, but I don't know till when this video gonna be finished. So let's proceed, go straight to the first stop, namely Lauda Links. Okay, get a fancy shot of the elevation change here, because when you drive the car coming from Ex-Mühle towards Lauda Links, it seems like pretty much straight, but you can see actually so many undulations. There's actually a dip and a climb again before the left-hander. Again, one of those gems that you can pretty much only notice when you're walking the track and have lots of time to pay attention to certain details. After a relatively long straight of Ex-Mühle, you will arrive at Lauda Links, which is a, I would say, with almost any car, flat out corner, flat out blind corner to the left. And Lauda Links means Lauda left, which is named, of course, after Niki Lauda, who had his horrific crash back in 1976, which marked the end of Formula 1 races on the Nordschleife. Now the thing is, they didn't cancel Formula 1 because of the crash. They were already talking about cancelling it because of all the challenges that the track was posing, well, mostly due to the safety concerns. And the 76 was supposed to be the very last race already, and then the crash was pretty much a confirmation that it was a good decision, an important decision, because the Formula 1 cars were becoming way too fast. So, as I could have shown to you from that angle over there, it's a blind corner. You cannot see what is behind the corner. The configuration of the corner allows you to go flat out, but if there is something behind it, then then you don't have any runoff. And unfortunately the locals know that. A good common friend of ours, Nico, passed away here when he was going flat out here, and there was a crash here. And a recovery truck even crashed, and he went underneath it, well, because he was coming through here with, usually you do here around 160 kilometers per hour, flat out, blind. And yeah, if you cannot stop, then it's a big issue. Hopefully the new digitalization system will help everyone out and prevent these kinds of horrible accidents in the future. But let's not bring the mood down too much and talk about the main subject of today's video, namely Bergwerk. Probably one of the, if not the most important corner, depends how you look at it. Anyway, after Lauda Links, you will be arriving towards Bergwerk. You can see the sign over there. Here you have an exclamation mark sign, which is sometimes twisted, but the sign should be always there. It's now closed, maybe because of the racing or whatever reason they decided to close it up. But the reason why I'm pointing out the sign is because it's a nice reference point to use as a braking zone towards Bergwerk. And it's a very technical corner for multiple reasons, because it is a very late apex, but it's also because it's a very high grip, high camber corner. And because of also its technicalities and other characteristics, you can also see that the left side, as of now, is actually more damp than the right side. Now, this corner is very important when it comes to taking it in the wet, because it's one of the most slippiest ones. As explained previously in one of the previous videos, Nürburgring Nordschleife is a very technical track, not only because of its profile, but because every day cars are driving here. Either public sessions, track days, industry pool, racing, and these cars leave a layer of rubber on the track, which becomes very grippy during the dry days, but extremely slippery like ice during the wet. So in the wet, you need to avoid the dry line at all costs. And this means you need to stay off it in the braking zone, so which means that in the dry you would brake on the left side, but in the wet you will avoid it and stay on the right side and go towards the outside. On the left side, you will see the sign 125. That is your, well, the earliest possible turning point, the reference point to turn to the right. It's very late. You should even stay a bit longer on the left side, and you will see in a bit, it's hard to see from the car, but there is sort of yellow marking of the turning point from one of the driving schools. We'll also see here, probably thanks to Adrian's fancy camera moves, how much camber there is. And probably we can also insert one of the racing footage that we filmed from up close here, that you can see how cars are getting squatted when turning in. Now, as mentioned, in the dry you have the late turning point, so around the sign 125, or maybe even a bit later, further down the road, significantly later, you will see here. But this is the good reference point, you know, like, okay, I'm aiming towards that, and then later on the left side there is either a white dot or a yellow dot, which was made by another driving school to make it more visible. Just showing it to you. So here's a white dot, and here is a yellow dot, which used to be a lot more visible than it is currently. But easiest, I would say, you can use the end of this rumble strip as a reference point for turning in towards the right curbstone. And from here you can see how cambered the track is, and therefore it's also a high G-force corner, also due to other characteristics, because you have a very hard braking zone towards here, so your tires get very hot due to the brakes heating them up, and then you have this high G-force corner through here, so a lot of rubber is on the inside. So in the dry you can go very early on the gas. You can actually go, once you're at the right curbstone, you can already go flat out and accelerate out. You need to be aware of the other angulation profile once you exit the corner on the left side. But most importantly, in the wet, at all costs, stay off the dry line of the inside and stay long on the left side. Once you're through the corner, the challenge hasn't stopped yet, because usually the dry line is going towards the outside. So when you're approaching this corner in the wet and you're staying out here and you're thinking like, okay, I have a straight line now, I can go on the gas. With rear-wheel driven car, it's very challenging, because the dry line will be crossing your current wet line and you will lose the grip while coming out of the corner when you go flat out on the gas. So you need to be prepared to lose the grip somewhere there at the end of the curbstone. And after that, you're gonna have a very long, roughly 2 kilometer, almost flat out climb towards Mutkurve. So let's do a fast forward to there. And just a reminder that even during off-season weekend day, you should be careful by going on the track, because cars can come from the opposite direction even. Someone lost the front lip. Fiberglass. Could be anything, to be honest. Yeah, carbon fiber parts are definitely more expensive. It looks like another splitter, probably, judging by the glue adhesive on it. Souvenirs. at the 11-kilometer sign after Bergwerk. It's more or less a reference point that you can aim towards while coming out of Bergwerk over there, to then proceed to the left side and stay on the left side for the duration of 3 left-handers before moving over to the right for positioning yourself for the fast, very fast, and in the past the blind left-hander. More carbon fiber parts. Judging by the color, I don't know, would it be the KTM or maybe the 992 GT3 from Kramer Racing? Hard to say. There are a number of cars with this color, but yeah. There's even a blowout tire. I wonder if this is the reason why the crash happened or the consequence. Hard to say. Interestingly, I guess they're cutting hedges today right now here. Big change for this year apparently is that they cut down all the hedges as mentioned and the trees, which provides additional visibility when you're coming into the corner. As mentioned, it's a triple left-hander when you stay close to the left side on the curbstone before moving out to the right. But now the visibility into the corner should be significantly better than before. And then after the last third rumble strip on the left, as mentioned, you position yourself to the right side to then go to the very high-speed blind left-hander. Well, usually blind, because as of this year and also 3 years ago or 4 years ago, they cut those hedges that limit the visibility for the turn-in to the left-hander. But luckily now, with them being cut again after 4 years, the visibility is completely open for this fast left-hander that otherwise would be blind. The white dot, turning point from here, and as mentioned, perfect visibility towards Kloostertaal, and in the past it would have been a blind corner, I would say. So very good job. Now that is branding. Even the trash bags have Nürburgring name on it. So the workers just told us that they indeed are not only cutting down some trees from visibility, but also collecting parts from behind the barriers and throwing them alongside the track, and those will be picked up later by the cleaning services. So yeah, again, more carbon fiber stuff, significantly more. What is here? I wonder what kinds of things we can find, but a lot. And you can see also that here on the straight, but a very high-speed straight, cars do get crashed for whatever reason, because, well, these parts tell us lots of history. I wonder what this is. Can we recognize this? Something blue and round. 992 GT3 Cup. What kind of a race car is this, Adrian, you think?
I think it's a caddy or something like that.
Yeah, that's a proper race car. This is actually a KTM, so I guess the previous parts were also KTM. The GTX car, probably, that we filmed earlier this year, or last year already. This looks like the rear, I think, not? Like, yeah, the Michelin thing. So it's only 3 degrees, we're still February, kind of winter, but worry not, because spring is just around the corner. After a long climb, you will be arriving at Moedkurve, but this is something for the upcoming video, because this one's been already long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed the technicalities, the explanations, and also the part hunting part of this video. Let's finish off with this one, the last bag, see if there is anything else that we haven't seen before. Looks like just like a inner wheel liner or more bumper parts. I don't know, taillights maybe or something. No, it's just like red plastic. Anyway, see you in the upcoming video, another track walk video, where we'll be covering Moedkurve, Steilstrecke, Carousel, and probably up until Hohe 8. Thanks for watching and see you then. Bye!